right, let's get into this Aurora Sopwith Triplane. All right, so I'll start cutting these out and cleaning them up, but again, very clean, very little flash, nice detail. I don't see, mold mismatch or being offset. So yeah, cool. Here you can see the trademark stamped inside the fuselage halves. Again, these kits are so cool. So working my way through cleaning these up, and here at the bottom of these wings you can see the ever so faint ejection pin marks. And all it really took was the buffing sticks to get rid of them. This plastic is really nice. So with everything cleaned up, I started working through and test fitting, just pulling various sub-assemblies together, making sure nothing else needed any attention. And then came across these numbers on the side, and just in case I don't use those decals, I'm going to go ahead and take that off of there. And then started with the first round of primer, the Mr. Surfacer 1500 Black there, and then those are all the paints I'll eventually end up using. Then came back for the second round with the white Mr. Surfacer and did the other side of those wings. And then as you can see here on this reference, those vertical spars and the propeller are wood. So using my Vallejo wood, I hit the spars and the propeller as well as the dashboard there. And the engine with tester silver. Completed that cockpit seat, and that should be everything for the fuselage. So as per usual, I went out and found a bunch of references, or all the references I could, and this is the actual plane, or one of them, that was the Black Maria, and you can see it has double machine guns there. I've been doing some reading about it and a couple of sites. Well, it only comes with a single machine gun, so I hit the spares and found these. Can't remember exactly where they're from, but I think I can do a little bit of scratch building and get something close to this, and then they'll be identical, because I toyed around with the idea of trying to recreate this, and I'm never going to get it to look exactly the same. So while it may not be super, perfectly historically accurate, they'll at least look the same, and aesthetically it'll look better. So started with styrene rod for the barrels, and I'll let that set up. And after a shot of clear coat on the instrument panel, I pulled together the fuselage and then went around with the extra thin and hit all the seams, and then noticed on the bottom there they left a space probably for a stand. So I'll take that out of there when I go to clean up all the seams. So again, on these references you can see those vertical spars and the propeller are wood, and I've laid down my base coat of wood. Came back with some black brown and put some streaks on those to simulate the grain, and then came back with the yellow clear and brushed that over it, and that's my wood. Good enough for me. And then you'll notice the hardware there is like a black cast iron, so I came back with the black and hit those as well as the center of the propeller. So those are my wood spars and propeller. Going to my pilot references, discovered they were leather coats, so painted my figures accordingly with leather coats and the fur lining, black-brown boots, basically left their goggles to show through, and then hit that piece of ground with several different colors of green and a dark wash. Then with my fuselage seams cleaned up, I hit that with the black Mr. Surfacer, as well as the center spar for the wheels, and finished up with the machine guns, and now I'm going to do a little bit more work on those. So as you can see in these references here, there was this padded machine gun butt that doubled as a windshield, I guess, for those machine guns. So after putting the two machine guns on a sheet styrene base, I started hunting around the spares box for parts that could replicate that. Cut this end off this piece here to get that shape, and then found this front landing gear, actually from the last model I just built, and I think I can cut that into shape and fashion it into that end butt. So this is what I came up with, and I also found two little pieces of landing gear to kind of fashion into the two muzzles. and then accordingly painted the gun gunmetal and used various flesh tones to get the leather on the butt. And then double checking my references, I realized that front axle is wood, so went back and used the wood technique on that piece as well. And then I finished up that base by hitting the chocks with black and then doing the rope with a zinc chromide and flesh tones, and then hit all three of those pieces, including the crew, with a Vallejo satin. And then with the white primer, primed all the parts that will be lighter, as well as laying down a base coat for some markings, including on that top of that rear wing, and then did all the wings as well. Here I need to make that C, so I, on my computer, printed out a bunch of C's and then used those as a template to cut it out on the tape and lay it down on the sides there. And then come back and shoot that with the body color. And then I mixed that tan along with the white to get the Irish linen and hit all the pieces with that, and then came back with the gloss black and hit that cowl as well as the wheels and other parts there, and then finished up with the body color, which is a mixture of brown and black. So now I want to try to achieve that Black Maria, so went to my letter decals, found the appropriate letters, cut all those out, gathered them together, and yeah, those are tiny. And then so while I'm going to lay those down, I thought I'd start on the wings and put those on as well, and then they can dry while I'm applying some decals. Built out that front landing gear as well, and then laid down a base of gloss and started putting those letters on one by one to achieve that Black Maria. And I think it came out pretty well. Take a look here on both sides. It's, you know, the font isn't perfect. It's probably not the exact right size, but good enough for my purposes. And so as I'm letting some of these things dry, kind of right on time, my new decals arrived, and it's this Aeromaster set, and it's basically 4 Sopwith Triplanes. Now they're not mine, but it has, you know, the right stuff that I can supplement my set with it. And I did a comparison, you know, just seeing which ones would match up, and everything seemed to line up. Kind of decided which ones I would use where, and yeah, I think this set's going to work out. So from this point, I think I'm going to build everything out, clear coat the whole thing, then decal and weather the whole thing. So started with that top wing, and not easy. I had to fight with it quite a bit, but ended up going with those center pieces first and then coming back and weighing down the outside pieces to get them to stay in place. And then before clear coating, I just wanted to test fit everything one last time before laying down that clear coat and then decals. And then several spots need some touch up, so I'll come back with the white and hit those. But, you know, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. So laid down several coats of Future Floor Wax, and before I get to those decals, I want to get to that number in the back, that N5492. So again, went to my letters decals and worked through cutting all those out. Then soaked them in a drop of water and placed them one by one. And yeah, you know, it's not perfect, but I think it'll do. On those top rondelles, I learned from that tail, if you don't lay it perfectly flat, it'll sag. So after laying those down, I propped it up in the back so those will lay level, and then doused them with the Salvaset. So hopefully those will spread out and lay flat. And then while waiting for those to dry, I attached that machine gun with just a touch of thick super glue, and think it came out pretty good. And yet again, not the greatest luck with the decals. You can see the rondelles on the top there just crinkled up way too much under the Salvaset. So I'll wait for those to lay down a little bit. Put the other ones on and had a few cracks, so but now I'll go back and weather everything and see how it turns out. So I laid down the Tamiya panel line wash as basically a wash over the entire thing, and then came back, cleaned it up with some mineral spirits, and then gave it a shot of the Vallejo satin after masking that front part, which I wanted to stay glossy. And overall, I think it came out okay. Manufactured by the Sopwith Aviation Corporation, the Sopwith Triplane was a single-seat Scout with a novel layout, and contrary to popular belief that the Germans first developed the triplane, Great Britain used it for many months before the Fokker triplane DR-1 appeared. Unique and peculiar to World War I, the triplane type has not been revived on a production line since. The triplane was based on the theory that if a plane had an increased wing area and decreased span, perhaps maneuverability in climb would improve. Great Britain's Sopwith triplane performed so successfully that Germany induced Anthony Fokker to build the type, and with the triplane principle in mind, he built the famous Fokker triplane. The Sopwith triplane was produced in 1916 with the 130 horsepower Claret rotary motor. The triplanes performed beautifully in the hands of the Royal Naval Air Service pilots during the Battle of Messines and all through the summer of 1917. Royal Air Service Wing Naval 10 contained the famous B flight, B for black, under Squadron Commander R. Collishaw, which dispatched 87 enemy aircraft in a little over 4 months. The 5 triplanes in B flight were detailed in black on the cowl and rudder, and each was inscribed with its name. Commander Collishaw's was the Black Maria. Black Sheep, Black Prince, Black Roger, and Black Death filled out the team. Standard armament consisted of a single synchronized fixed Vickers machine gun mounted on the cowling in front of the pilot. As mentioned earlier, Collishaw's Black Maria was armed with twin Vickers machine guns. The triplanes had a maximum speed of 116 miles an hour at 6,500 feet and 114 miles an hour at 10,000 feet. Endurance was 2 hours 15 minutes with a service ceiling of 20,500 feet. The Sopwith triplanes had replaced the Pips, Strutters, and Newports in the Royal Naval Air Service, and the pilots liked them so well that they were reluctant to replace them with the new Bentley Camels when the time came. Alright, there it is on the shelf, and wow, a very challenging kit. My first multi-wing plane, and that top wing fought me all the way. And then again, the decals, issues with the decals again. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. Now, again, my first multi-wing plane, I did not rig it. I thought about it, especially after seeing Charlie Mack's latest plane, but thought better of it. I will work on it. I have several more multi-wing planes there. You can see 2 more Auroras and then those 2 Revels on the bottom to learn how to rig. So passed up on that on this one. Kind of enough is enough, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. And again, I want to thank Mark from Montana and Kyle for hosting. Awesome theme, very cool group build. Really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for hosting, and as always, hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching, and happy modeling.